this video, I'm going to address the very common question of should you take the narcissist back? Now, this will apply whether you were discarded and got hoovered back, or whether you went no contact and then you reached out, or you got hoovered back into it, or maybe you were just looking for closure, or you were hoping that they would make it right. You were hoping that they would pay you back, or maybe even you thought you could be just friends. Now, of course, this will apply to any relationship that you have with an abusive person, whether it's an intimate relationship, a family member, a friend, someone in your social circle, or maybe even a boss and coworker. So I want to talk about what happens when you get back in contact with a narcissist or other manipulator or abuser. Then I'm going to give you the bottom line, and then I'm going to give you some tips on what you can do if you already made this mistake. So what happens if you get back in contact with the narcissist? The very first thing you need to understand is that it will be worse every time. It will escalate every time you retake contact with that person. It's going to be an expedited version of the prior relationship that you had with that person. The same problems are going to be there, the same abuse cycle. It's just going to cycle through a lot faster. The problems are going to come back up a lot faster. When you get back in contact, they're going to want to punish you. They're going to want revenge. That could be revenge for you having gone no contact, or for you setting boundaries, or maybe they discarded you and you had the self-control to not go chasing after them. So they're going to want to punish you for any of those reasons. Even the very reason that you can live and survive without them will make them want to punish you. Usually what happens is they've waited all this time, they've thought about all the ways that they can get back at you and all the ways they want to hurt you. Or it could just be an impulsive thing. Maybe you got back in touch with them and impulsively they saw an opportunity and they took advantage of that. If you take back a narcissist, expect the most cruel discard. It will be way worse than the first time. You're also going to notice how the smear campaign parallels your relationship this time, because the smear campaign already started. In fact, it probably never stopped. So they're going to keep up that smear campaign while they're acting like they're in some kind of relationship or friendship or even familial relationship with you. They might even believe that you deserve it if you go back for more. Now that tends to be the sociopathic way of thinking, the survival of the fittest. The weak deserve to be preyed upon because they deserve it for being weak. So don't be surprised if they have this attitude. If you take them back, you'll realize they didn't change or reform any of the earlier problems or the abuse from the last time that you guys had a relationship. They simply want your narcissistic supply. They want what they can get from you. They want your emotional supply. They want your resources. They want to have power over you. The worst kinds of abusers are those who resuscitate you only to prey upon you again. Now that can apply in this situation where you go back to someone who already destroyed you once. It could also apply to a situation where you've been destroyed by someone else and then you meet another abuser and they seemingly act to help you heal and recover from that process, and they resuscitate you literally only to prey upon you. Keep in mind, they will always exploit your vulnerabilities because they already know them. They know where all your buttons are. They know where the buttons are that they've installed in you. The love bombing is going to be a lot shorter and a lot less intense because it's going to go very quickly into that devaluation. So the bottom line is never take them back. Don't do it. Save yourself from that headache, that heartache, that potential loss of so many things: your health, your sanity, your peace, your well-being, your success, your resources, maybe even your life. Keep in mind, you're not going to get closure. You're not going to get your money back. You're not going to get them to make it right, whatever it was that they took advantage of you in the first place. You're just going to reopen your wounds and let them cut deeper. By taking them back, you're delaying your healing process. You are compounding your PTSD. It's like you're having an addiction relapse, and it's going to get worse every single time because the PTSD gets worse every single time. By taking them back, you're putting yourself in harm's way. It could cost you your life. It's just not worth it. So what can you do? Well, I highly recommend that you maintain no contact, that you don't go back, that you don't get back in contact with the narcissist. If you already made that mistake, immediately recover your no contact integrity. Get back in no contact as soon as possible. If this is the father or mother of your child and you can't be 100% no contact, what you want to do is immediately sever the personal aspect of your relationship. It goes right back to being a business-only relationship in which you only talk about the children and there's no contact about anything else. Next, work on internal closure. You're never going to get that closure from the abuser. It's just not going to happen. It's going to get worse every time. So give yourself that closure by remembering why you left, why it was so bad. Write that sobriety list of all those behaviors and all those things that they did to hurt you. Label the abusive behaviors. Label the abuser to help you really understand what you were dealing with and to help you get out of the cognitive dissonance. And finally, invest your energy and time where it really matters, where it's actually going to help something, where it's going to be constructive, and where you can actually make a difference, and that's in your recovery. So if you're just getting started in your recovery and you haven't checked out my free Quick Start Guide PDF report, get that in the link below the video. I'll also put that up here in the corner of the video for you. That's going to help you get started on your process of recovery. If you've already started and you're starting to move forward, you want some additional help, check out my 12-week Sana series. That's 3 months. It's an episode every week that's going to take you through a different area of your recovery after narcissistic abuse. I'm going to put that link up in the corner for you as well. I hope this video was helpful for you. If it was, give it a like or leave me a comment below. If there's something that you want to share with other people, maybe you made the mistake of getting back in contact with a narcissist, whether it was your ex, an ex-friend, someone in your family, a boss, a coworker, someone in your social circle, leave that comment below with some words of advice, some insights, some wisdom that you can offer other people and hopefully save somebody else from making that same mistake. I'm sending you a big hug.